CME Group, who we are one of the world's largest futures and options exchanges, so a derivative exchange in the world. We have locations, global offices around the world, about 2,800 employees. Last year, we generated about $3.2 billion in revenue. Last year, when we did our presentation, we had a nice glossy commercial. This year, we do not.
Okay, so throughout the theme of this presentation that Brian and I have put together is that we're always going to ask ourselves, how do we scale this thing? This thing being a process excellence culture, a BPM program. How do we get the entire organization engaged in such a way where it's just essentially a common way of life of the way we conduct our business? And so, but before we do that, we like to look back and look at our core that we established in what we call Foundational Accomplishment 1.0, and it's been quite an interesting freshman year in terms of our ability to basically deploy process capability throughout the exchange, our company CME Group. Part of that foundation, very near and dear to my heart, is a product launch team, which was our burning platform, which brought us into the space to begin with. And so we're very excited that we have a representative from that team here. And then from that burning platform, we created awareness and buy-in with our senior management, which led to a selection of our BPMS tool. I'll let you guess which one we selected. Sounds a lot like Appian. And we have also now a process portfolio, so we just don't have one process. We have a lot more processes that we've actually deployed, process improvements that actually have services and processes that we can offer to our organization. We have delivery methodology. We have continuous improvement. And continuous improvement is real. It's the promise of BPM. Sometimes we come up for air and ask ourselves, when does the madness ever end? And quite frankly, it doesn't. But that's part of our core. We have a defined support model. We have very well-regarded provider relationships with some of our partners, obviously with Appian Professional Services, with Collaborate Technologies. We just formed a new partnership with our Genpact partners with Headstrong, which we're very excited and proud about. We're very active in the BPM network. And so we do take our devoted time to see what's going on in the industry, and that's very important because we got to be able to benchmark where we compete in this space. We've actually had a bunch of people earn belts and pursue process science in the fields of Lean and Six Sigma and so forth. So we've had people earn their green belts, their Lean certification. We acquired 2 master black belts, and we actually have about 12 people from our clearing organization in process training methodologies today. And so because of that, they could not attend Appian World. That's why we had to limit our company attendance to only 12 people at Appian World this year. So I may get in trouble for that one, but you got to do what you got to do. And we've also seen BPM in terms of people's career paths and their defined job responsibilities. And so we know we're making inroads into the organization, and some of us have actually received performance awards for their efforts in terms of pursuing process excellence. So congratulations to the CME Group team. And of course, we've become a single source of truth in some regards in terms of our, and Brian will touch upon this in terms of how we conduct our business.
Is one of the aspects of what we've learned and what we've established as part of our program is that Appian has become a system of record for several different processes, as well as a source of revenue for some of our business lines as well. So that has required us to be SOX compliant. It has required us it gives us the ability to be the system of record for audit capabilities, for audit purposes, I should say, regarding approvals and how things are getting launched. We've also had a significant amount of learnings, from this program. Obviously, with all the information that's on this graphic, we've learned a lot, not just about the Appian platform, about processes themselves that we've established. We've built out further relationships across the organization, and we've tried to impart more of that knowledge across across the company, have it be part of the culture. And we've established a center of excellence, a team that's not located in one department, but groups of people across the organization that have different skill sets and different knowledge across the different areas of the company.
And now, so addressing scale, so part of our reasoning moving forward in terms of sharing you with our foundational accomplishments is that we've built the core, and it's going to be that core that we're going to be able to leverage and expand upon moving forward. But without the core, we could not have achieved the success that we did in essentially our first year. And so now on that last thing, and that's not me there, that's really the whole team up there. But as we go for that final nugget, this year has taught us a lot. And so what does it look like when you get to the top of the BPM mountain, if there's such a thing? Well, I think there is. But Brian, let's show them what we're headed up for. And so it turns out that 1.0, it's been basically our spring training season in terms of trying to address the organization challenge in terms of spreading process excellence throughout our entire organization. And so with that, that's the way we see it. So we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of success that we can leverage on. As Brian said, we also have a lot of learnings. And so we definitely have taken a different orientation from a program perspective moving forward. We'll always do projects, but we'll explain throughout the rest of the presentation. Go ahead, Brian.